Caterpillar just revealed this new pickup truck for an insane price, and it's so tough and pocket-friendly, it's making Toyota and Ford look nervous. How does a construction titan with zero road cred suddenly build a truck that makes the big three sweat? This isn't a flashy prototype or marketing stunt. It's real, it's rugged, and it's priced to wreck the status quo. Stick around, because this truck isn't knocking politely, it's kicking the door in and changing the rules. Caterpillar looked at the pickup market and asked one simple question. Why are trucks getting so bloated, so complicated, and so expensive? And you know what? They didn't just talk about it, they bulldozed the problem. Literally. Instead of copying what's out there, they decided to build something true to their DNA. Something that brings real utility back to the pickup segment without sacrificing comfort, power, or tech. What they ended up with is a truck that's both familiar and revolutionary. It's everything you expect from a Caterpillar machine. Built tough, reliable, no nonsense, but with all the creature comforts and performance upgrades you'd expect from a modern pickup. It's a shot across the bow to Ford, Chevy, Toyota, and even the newcomers trying to shake up the market. What's inside this beast might be the boldest move the truck world's seen in decades. So if you're tired of bloated branding and broken promises, this might be the truck for you. Let's start with the bones. This thing rides on a high-strength steel and aluminum frame that's more workhorse than show pony. No lifestyle pickup nonsense here. It's built to get filthy and keep going. It doesn't borrow from an SUV chassis. It's built from the ground up to haul, tow, and survive abuse. You can see the influence of Caterpillar's construction heritage in every weld and bolt. Adaptive suspension keeps it smooth and stable whether you're pulling onto a highway or crawling over rocky terrain. Locking differentials come standard, and ground clearance is right up there with dedicated off-roaders. And here's the kicker. None of this feels like guesswork. This isn't a mashup of borrowed parts, it's a ground-up design that screams confidence in every nut and bolt. It's the kind of hardware you expect on an overlanding rig, not a newcomer's debut model. And if that impressed you, the engine specs might just flip the table on what you thought a heavy-duty truck could do. Under the hood, Caterpillar offers two engine options out the gate. The top-tier V8 is turbocharged and delivers 500 horsepower with torque figures that put it firmly in the heavy-duty category. It's made to pull weight without blinking, up to 12,000 pounds of it. That puts it ahead of several gas-powered half-ton competitors, matching or exceeding what diesel variants typically offer in real-world towing scenarios. That means full-size campers, trailers loaded with tools, boats, you name it. But there's also a turbocharged V6 for those who want to balance power and fuel economy. And Caterpillar is already ahead of the curve with a hybrid version in the works. If it lands as promised, it could push fuel economy north of 30 miles per gallon, which would be a game changer in this segment. It's not just about throwing horsepower at the problem, it's about smart performance. But wait, the real twist? That's not even Caterpillar's most disruptive power move. Where things really start to feel surreal is behind the wheel. This truck shouldn't handle this well. The suspension tuning is tight, the electronic stability control is responsive, and the steering feels connected in a way most big trucks just don't. Off-road features like hill descent control, customizable drive modes, and smart four-wheel drive engagement make it surprisingly nimble on uneven ground. But wait until you see the interior. This isn't just surprising, it rewrites the whole playbook. Slide into the cabin and things get even more interesting. You might expect a no-frills work truck inside, but what you get feels closer to a high-end SUV. The seats are bolstered, ergonomic, and fully adjustable. Heating and cooling are standard on mid-tier trims and up. There's dual-zone climate control, memory settings for multiple drivers, and even a sunroof option for those who want a little sunlight with their torque. It's a surprisingly upscale place to spend time, but it never feels flashy for the sake of being flashy. Everything is practical, user-focused, and built to take a beating without feeling cheap. With premium materials throughout, the cabin strikes a balance between rugged durability and modern comfort, designed for long hauls. And then there's the tech. A massive touchscreen anchors the dash and supports full smartphone integration with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Voice commands are quick and responsive. There's a heads-up display that actually works in bright sunlight. You get wireless charging pads, multiple USB-C ports throughout the cabin, and an all-around camera system that makes tight parking or trailer hookups a breeze. It's intuitive, it's useful, and it doesn't feel like it was slapped on as an afterthought. For a company that's never made a passenger vehicle before, Caterpillar is surprisingly in tune with what modern drivers expect. Safety hasn't been overlooked either. This truck comes standard with advanced driver assistance systems like blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking, and lane keep assist. It's not just ticking boxes for the brochure, these features are tuned well and tested hard. Because when you're towing 5 or 6 tons at 70 miles per hour, you want the tech to actually work when it matters. Caterpillar seems to understand that safety in a heavy-duty vehicle isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. The real surprise is what's hiding in the back. Trust me, it's more than you'd expect. Around back, the truck bed deserves its own spotlight. It's lined with a rugged composite material that resists dents and scratches. Multiple tie-down points make it easy to secure gear. There are lockable storage compartments integrated into the bed walls, and even a couple of weatherproof power outlets. You can literally run tools, charge gear, or even set up a mobile workstation right out of the back of this thing. It's a smart blend of Caterpillar's industrial experience and modern truck utility. It's the kind of setup contractors dream about. But the part that's got rivals sweating the most is not the engine, it's what Caterpillar is charging for all this. Now let's talk about the price. The base model clocks in at just under $40,000, which puts it right in line with mainstream half-ton pickups. But with the durability and performance Caterpillar is packing in, that's a steal. Fully loaded, you're looking at closer to $70,000, but you're getting power, tech, and quality that competes with or beats the high trims from Ford and Toyota. And here's the kicker. Early data suggests this truck's resale value will hold strong. When Caterpillar builds something, it lasts, and that reputation carries weight. But it's not just about longevity, it's about making the others sweat. You can feel it in the forums, in the showrooms, even in the stock tickers. This truck is rattling cages already. So how does it compare against the legends? Take the Ford F-150. It's a staple of American roads with plenty of engine options and decent towing. But recent models have struggled with reliability. Think oil consumption issues, leaky seals, and transmission quirks. The Caterpillar truck, by contrast, skips the gimmicks and sticks to what works. Chevy's Silverado brings the power, but owners have complained about inconsistent ride quality and drivetrain issues. The Caterpillar avoids these with more consistent engineering and real-world durability. Toyota's Tundra is a rock in terms of long-term reliability, but it can't touch the Caterpillar in raw towing numbers, off-road capability, or in-cabin tech. And then there's Freightliner, who recently entered the game with the Pioneer, a budget-focused work truck. It's simple and effective, but no frills. Compared to that, the Caterpillar pickup is a full package deal that combines strength, smarts, and style. So the real question is, can Caterpillar carve out a space in this crowded and cutthroat market? Everything about this truck says yes. It's taking Caterpillar's century-old legacy of building machines that don't quit and translating that into a pickup that actually lives up to the hype. Would you take a chance on this industrial giant turned pickup pioneer? Drop your thoughts in the comments and hit subscribe for more deep dive breakdowns on the trucks that matter.